This is Vince Marino Plumbing LLC in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today is October 10th, 2022. I'm coming back to this old American Standard boiler. We're gonna dismantle this and install a new one, a Dunkirk 120,000 BTU. So this is the old boiler. I took another video on my cell phone, but this is a different camera. This particular boiler put out various numbers of carbon monoxide, and I tested it last week. And I red tagged it with NCI tag. This was putting out 849 parts per million and leaking 40 parts and more out of this side of the draft hood. So we're going to replace this today, and I'll have some more as I progress. Okay, I'm proceeding here with setting up the tools. I finally figured out how to get the GoPro illumination with the ISO settings. This is a new GoPro 10 Black, but as you can see, this is a little bit dark here, but I have it at 800 ISO. Other than that, we should be pretty well set up. So I'll continue as I go along. Okay. We're dismantling the boiler. I had to put some strapping, as you can see here. They didn't have very many supports, so I had to put a couple. This was on a nail, and we're progressing here. But it's coming along. The expansion tank's out, and I'll have some more footage. Okay, this is the chimney. I don't know if you can see in there. This GoPro is I have to shine the lights. That's a big chimney, but that's the current status of the chimney. I'm going to proceed here with some footage of the cutting this pipe. The camera's blinking because of the lighting. I figure out how this damn thing illuminates, but I'm gonna get some footage of cutting this 2-inch supply line. Now you can control this new GoPro 10 from your phone with the app. It's a free download. Okay, this is why when I was testing this, I'll show you, and it wasn't worth the fix. This is old. This was loose. You can see the moisture. This was leaking. It's not sealed. So apparently the gasket or whatever burned out or wore out. This is really old. I'm assuming this got to be over 80 or 60, 70 years old. The sections are massive. I'm gonna see how dirty it is when I take it apart, but you can see a little bit in there. I think it was just from the old age and dirty. Plus the draft box was leaking. I'll get back and add some more as I'm progressing. This is the inside, how dirty this is. This is filthy. My camera's, the light's blind from the LED light. But you can see, this would have been a waste to even try to clean this. This thing is old. It's time for a new one. But other than that, we'll progress. Okay, I'm progressing here. I got the border strip, the burners out. This is the cast iron block of the old American Standard. The old American Standard boiler here. So, let me see if I can get this to. It's pretty big. But anyway, that's what this whole thing looked like. Actually, somebody put a thermocouple in here back in February. But I'll progress here and give you some more footage. Okay, I'm taking some footage of dismantling the cast iron sections with a wedge. I got it all stripped out, so I'll give you some footage on that. And because I gotta work, I can't always film. The end ones are big, but the insides are somewhat small. So we're gonna knock this other big one off here. This is going to topple over, so you got to be careful when you do this. There was nothing there for it to damage. Okay, so that's the old American Standard. coming, so. And of course, if this was bigger, I'd have more manpower, but for today, I can handle it. No steps. Now this is what it looks like in the inside. You can see the burning from the gas. Some people I see clean these things. It's only a certain extent you can clean. This metal's ready to deteriorate or bust from the heat. For a certain amount of years, it's not worth it. But that's the old American Standard that was leaking. I'll get right back. Okay, this is the Dunkirk. It's replacing the American Standard. It's a Dunkirk DXL 120,000 BTU input hot water boiler, and this is the old one piled up for the scrap hauler. And I'm going to proceed to get this uncrated and set inside. I'll have more footage as we go along. Okay, the new 120 Dunkirk is set. I'm taking some measurements of things. I'm going to come back tomorrow. It's 70 degrees here in Pittsburgh, so there's no rush. I'll have this tied in tomorrow and filled. But this is where it's going to be. The Dunkirks are good boiler. You just have to put the same connections for the supply and return on the same side, either side. So if you use this side, the return has to be on the bottom on that side. You can't put the return here if you're going to use this, but I think they're a good boiler, very good. This is the second one that I'm putting in, and I believe that they're going to put up with the heating capacity and do a good job. They're very friendly to maneuver, like I said in my last video, and light. They're a little bit lighter than the slant fins. Slant fin, by the way, is no longer manufactured. The boiler line is out. So I'm going to continue here, and I'll have some video as I progress. Okay, this is Vince Marino, Plumbing LLC here in Pittsburgh. I'm on the Dunkirk boiler job. I'm progressing. I got the returns and the return and supply done. I'm gonna just continue on doing the water and filling the system here, and I'll have more footage of the boiler job and a little more details about the Dunkirk, that it's a good boiler, what I think it makes it a good boiler, and I'll get right back. Okay, I'm filling the system. I got most of the air out here, and we're gonna see here what my flashlights went at. I got the water connected with the backflow. Now, I've seen a few people use double checks. You have to have an atmospheric backflow so that it vents. Keep that in mind. It's a federal jurisdiction, not a state. I've seen some boilers being installed with that, but this is the 120 Dunkirk, and they give you the 007 without a check valve, which is good. And the gas valve, my last one I did on the right, but this I did on the left. My light's dying. All I got to do is a flue and put a blank plate on, bleed the radiators tomorrow. This was a little bit involved for me, but I'm done. So in the meantime, I'll have a little more footage I'm going to check with the owner to make sure there's no leaks upstairs in the bleeders. I'll have the start up tomorrow and the combustion test and the completed job. Today is October 11th, 2022. So this is Vince Marino. I'm signing out. I'll have the completion on this Dunkirk 120 tomorrow and go over everything. Okay, we're going to turn this boiler on. This is the completion of the 120 Dunkirk. Model DXL-120K. Now before I change the thermostat, I have to do that. This boiler is pretty flexible. It's very quick. This all comes pre-harnessed. Only thing you're doing is putting the thermostat wire and setting your limit and economizer. These are pre-assembled for the circulator harness, either side. And the burners, the whole tray comes out when you service this. I believe until next year I'll find out. You gotta disconnect the union and pull the whole drawer out and clean the burners. It's a very good boiler. In my opinion, compared to the slant fin, this got to be about 50% better than this, 50 to 75% better. It's much efficient. And the thing about this one here is they have their hydrostat set to only come on at 120 degrees Fahrenheit to eliminate condensation on the startups. Then the circulator will run full. But I've been using these what do you call here, the Califfy combination fill valve. They give you a gauge and everything. It's nice, but I've been having problems with their gaskets. It's a fiber gasket. If anybody knows they make these with rubber, I'm trying to find out. If they had any problems, let me know. I want to stick with them. They're better than the Watts, but they leak on their hard gaskets. So I'm going to go put the thermostat and I'll be right back, and we'll have the start up here. And we'll see how this 120 works. Okay, the boiler's fired. I checked the pressure here. Gas pressure set. Burning very efficiently, about 4 or 5 parts per million. And if you look, you can see the light on. That just shut off again. That's designed until the water temperature becomes 120 degrees or more. It circulates, then shuts off until they got a fluctuating draft here between 0.1 to 0.1.5. I'm going to check it digitally. The draft seems to be good. I'm going to check it with the Testo 300. That makes a short comparison. As you can see here, we got a 0.2. It's not high, but it's not low, just right. Every house is different. So in the meantime, we're going to conclude this here. pump come back on. So anybody that's hooking these up and walking away, you got to at least check the gas pressure. Sometimes they come high, and make sure that it's working. This has been running for about 12 minutes, and we already got 121, less than 12 minutes, 120, 128 degrees water temperature here on the hydrostat. One thing, if Dunkirk is listening to the video, you should have the 90 put on this with the 4 screws instead of supplying the street 90. I think that would be a little more efficient, better, and for the cost, change this to the ball valve boiler drain, but that's okay for that. It's not used all the time. Other than that, the boiler's very good. I rate this Dunkirk DXL, I'd say about 68% better than the slant fin. That's my rating. I'm currently using these now because the slant fin's out. I mentioned that in the other video. But other than that, the Califfi's got some issues with their gaskets. Until the next adventure, this is a Vince Marino Plumbing LLC in Pittsburgh, completing a Dunkirk DXL-120 hot water bore installation. Ciao.